What is going on, my particle people? My name is Boson Particle, and thank you for joining me here again. So today we have another video coming straight from the PSN network, and this is Paladins. Now this is a beta, so it's not perfect. I'm not really going to be going over too much of the game itself, but we're going to go into detail on one of the characters that I have been super excited to play with. He's freaking amazing. He is literally the OP comp build character right here, boys and girls. So get ready, we're going to talk about my main man, Torvald. So as you can see him appear here, Torvald is a boss. So he's probably one of the best characters in this game of Paladins that you can get. So if you want to have some fun, go ahead and unlock him right off the bat as soon as you get enough coins too. Now with Torvald, actually he was suggested to me by one of my friends. My friend was like, dude, this guy is crazy, we should try him out. And I just happened to be the guy who unlocked him and got to play with him. So with Torvald, he's kind of a weird character. If you've ever played any types of games like this, like Overwatch, then you'll kind of understand this reference that I'm going to throw out. He's almost like mixing a Symmetra with a Zarya with a Dragonite. And I know what you're thinking. Well, that sounds super overpowered. Well, that's because it is. It doesn't just sound that way. It's actually what it is. So, let's get into the character. As far as the character himself, he does have a few different attacks. So, there's 4 main attacks, and then there is your ultimate. So, let's talk about the attacks first. So, your main basic little attack is where Symmetra comes in. So the Symmetra attack, if you've ever played Overwatch, you'll know it's just this beam of energy. If they get close enough to you, you lock onto them. There's no aiming involved, it's auto aim. It just locks on and starts doing damage. And that's exactly what this is. So it's a channeled beam of energy that locks onto the enemy and deals 50 damage every 0.1 seconds to a single target. So what that means is if you go uncontested and you're just locking onto someone and they're not really trying to escape or whatever, if they're not paying attention, maybe they're attacking one of your friends, they're going to get hurt and they're going to go down pretty quickly. This is really in one of the areas where Torvald shines, because he is a frontline character. He can be in the middle of all the chaos and he can really do that damage to these characters while they're not really focused on you. They may be focused on the enemy actually firing on them, doing most of the damage. Well, you can do that damage over time and get that kill. So it's pretty cool. I find myself all the time cleaning up kills from others who maybe drop them down to half health or a little bit lower. And I'll just say, okay, boom, you're dead with my gauntlet. No problem. So that attack is very straightforward, very easy to use. So the next ability that I want to talk about is protection. So this is also a very straightforward ability. All it does is you project a shield onto one of your teammates for 2 seconds. So it's a very quick thing. Maybe if your friend's being attacked and he's low health and he wants to escape, you can pop this on him, boom, and he has 2 seconds to run, you know, to hide. So that's something that's pretty cool. Now with this ability, this is very reminiscent of our gal from Overwatch, Zarya. That's because it's pretty much the same thing. So not too much to talk about that specific ability, but it's very straightforward, very easy to use, projection. The next attack that I want to talk about is one of the clutch abilities that this guy has, Torvald. And that's called Runic Blast. So the way this ability works is you shoot out a short-ranged blast that basically stops your enemy from attacking or using any abilities. So it only does it for about 1.5 seconds, but it is really, really clutch. So let's say, hypothetically, you're on a point, because that's where you're going to want to be with Torvald. So let's say you're on a payload and you have 3 enemies right next to each other, they're all attacking you, which in this game happens more often than not. You can bow, you can just knock them with your Runic Blast. Now they can't attack you, they can't use any abilities. It gives you time to run away, to pop into a corner or pop away from them, and then use another one of your abilities, which we're going to talk about now, which is your recharge. Now, This character, Torvald, he has a huge amount of health. Half of it's shield, half of it's health. Generally, he has about 5,000 health and about 8,000 health. So he is a very, very healthy character. He is very healthy. Now, the cool thing is with his ability Recharge, it allows you not only to heal yourself, but it allows you to recharge your shield. So you regenerate 850 shield health per second for 2.5 seconds. Channeling this on an enemy with a shield siphons 2,000 of its shield per second, also regenerating your own. So this character can take out tanks with shields. For example, there's a diva type character called Ruckus in this game. He has a shield. You can just pull his shield right off of him, leaves him open to attack. Or if you're fighting another Torvald, there is no better counter to Torvald than another Torvald. So at that point, it just becomes who's better. So with this recharge, it really allows you to stay on a point and really protect it and move a point, or stop a point from moving if you're fighting the enemy's payload. And that's kind of what I want to talk about now, is how you should play this character. So Torvald is a frontline character. Torvald is meant to be used directly on the point. So as soon as you start your match, you run straight to the point and you sit there and you defend it. Or if you're moving a payload, then you need to stay on top of that payload. If you do leave it, do not leave it for long. You are going to be the reason why, you get the win. You're going to be the objective player if you play Torvald. You're not going to be the guy who goes around getting a fuck ton of kills. You're not going to be the guy who, gets trick shots every other second with a cool hand cannon. That's just not who you are as a character. Torvald is the objective character. Now, you want to stay on the point or as close as you can, like I said. But now, the cool thing about Torvald is you want to, if anyone comes near the point, of course, you're going to latch onto him with your normal attack. You're going to do some damage. But if you get low, pop off into a corner, hide behind a tree, hide behind a wall, do something. Use your recharge, go back to your full health or your full shield, and then pop right back out, keep moving the point. That's what makes Torvald amazing, is that he doesn't need a healer. He doesn't need someone to shield him. He is the all-in-one character, and he's really easy to use. Now, while on the point, if you get rushed, if let's say they're going to do an alt push on you, then you have a few different options. You can stay there, keep your shield high, and then just disarm anyone who comes near you. Or if it's more of a long range situation, or if there's too much for you to handle, maybe there's 3 or 4 of them coming at you, then you want to pop off and use your hyper beam special, your ult, like this right here. And that's going to allow you to push them back, get them far away from you. That way you don't have to worry about that alt push. Torvald can also be used kind of like a tank, because in a situation where you have a lot of damage output, but you can't pass a certain choke point, Torvald could be the one that pushes the point and kind of allows everyone else to break through. Because he has that high shield, you will risk dying, but it will allow your team to actually get that objective, push forward a little bit, and have a lot more fun in the game just by you dying one time, if that even. Because you do have a lot of shield, it's unlikely that you'll die, but it's always possible, especially if they start focusing you. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this character breakdown of Torvald. Again, he is my favorite character probably in the game right now. He's very fun to play, so if you guys haven't played Paladins, I would say go download it. It is a lot of fun. And that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and tell me what you thought. Tell me if you ever if you found a character that might be better than Torvald that I should try out. Of course, I'd be happy to do it. But that's going to end it here. Thank you for watching again, and just remember one thing. It's all relative.